Hey yo, Tory Lanez has been living rough since he got locked up. And check it out, here's what his daily life in prison looks like. Similar to how influencers show us their regimented routine, a prison insider has revealed Tory Lanez's morning routine. Just like other prisoners, he wakes up when he's supposed to, but he doesn't have access to all prison amenities. He is locked in administrative segregation at North Kern State Prison in Delano, California. Administrative segregation is the temporary removal of an incarcerated individual, like Tory Lanez, from the general population of other inmates until they can prove that they deserve to stay amongst them. There are different conditions that may make an inmate get locked in administrative segregation. It's either they pose a significant risk to the life of staff and other inmates, or they ask for extra protection. During Tory Lanez's trial for the case, his lawyers attempted to get him just probation and to stay at rehab. Instead, the rapper got a VIP room in the jail. He's completely isolated from other inmates and can only use facilities when his fellow prisoners aren't using them. So in the morning, he is only allowed out of his jail cell when other inmates are done with their morning check-in routine. The rapper is always in handcuffs, and he's escorted out of his cell to the bathroom where he takes his shower alone, which might not be a bad thing in itself. You know, with dudes dropping the soap and all. And plus, when he stayed at his mansion as a free man, he got private showers. After showering with likely the worst form of skincare, Tory Lanez is taken back to his private cell. Administrative segregation comes with almost zero social interactions with other inmates, so mornings are quite boring for the rapper. Lanez can't use the prison cafeteria because he must have almost zero contact with other inmates, so his meal is served to him directly. Maybe the rapper had a private Michelin chef on the outside that made his amazing meals, or he was a fan of fast food. It doesn't really matter at this point. His family may want to reach out to ensure the rapper's gut health isn't destroyed because his prison breakfast has been beef hash, hard-boiled eggs, hot cereal, milk, and coffee. If you ask me, the meal has carbs and proteins, making it healthy and balanced. But eating this every morning? Well, it doesn't seem like an ideal option, at least not for me. It's actually not an ideal daily meal, but the rapper has no choice than to adjust to the harsh reality he's found himself in. Tory Lanez may not have found himself in a dilemma if he had respected himself at Kylie Jenner's Hollywood home. What could have been a simple birthday party quickly turned grim as he decided to act entitled to his fellow artists' dancing skills. Anyway, after breakfast, if the rapper decides to go out for some fresh air in the fields, he's cuffed and escorted with guards who ensure he's alone outside. At this point, Tory Lanez gets 3 square meals, which is a good thing if he's gonna stay healthy. However, the lunch option seems worse than the breakfast option. His lunch consists of peanut butter crackers, sugar-free drinks, and some sandwiches. And nah, it's not your regular sandwich with ham, lettuce, and mayo. That would just be a lot of expense for the prison chefs. The sandwich consists of cheese spread on whole wheat bread. That's it. I may have to retract my earlier statement, saying that this meal may keep him healthy. Cause this right here definitely won't keep him healthy, and it may make him sick. So sick, he might have to go to the hospital. The meal has very low calories and won't provide the energy he needs to get through the day. Maybe that's why it's his lunch. After eating, he's isolated in his jail cell until it's time for dinner. Anyway, after having the most debilitating lunch, his dinner covers up for it to an extent. For dinner, he served hot link sausages, veggies, coleslaw, red beans, a roll, and canned fruits. I want to say it reminds me of Thanksgiving dinner, but I doubt the quality is anywhere close to what anybody's mama would make. The rapper must be craving some McDonald's fries and crispy wings to trump everything he's eating. But when he was firing a weapon as a felon, he likely didn't think he was going to get in trouble. He managed to convince Meg Thee Stallion to stay mute about the issue, and she did. But he didn't stay mute about the issue and encouraged his friends and other rappers in the industry to mock her.
Finally got some closure.
He started shooting, and I'm just like, oh my God.
Tory, whose real name is Daystar Peterson, was sentenced to 10 years in prison for firing a gun at Meg and leaving her with bullet fragments in her feet.
The sentence handed down was incredibly harsh. Really just another example of someone being punished for their celebrity status.
Now, he has to adjust to life behind bars, because even if his lawyers fight for an appeal, he may still not get a reduced sentence. So he has over 9 years of eating hash browns and bologna sandwiches ahead of him. With not much to do, the rapper spends his days in isolation, wall gazing, and possibly wishing he had made better decisions. Guards check on him frequently to ensure he's still in the right senses, because isolation in a prison cell can do a lot to you. The rapper that was once traveling to different cities on tour now has to perform for himself, alone. He can't even share his talent with other inmates, which could have been such a great way to kill time. When the investigation into how he shot Megan Thee Stallion started, many people insulted Megan and said she just wanted attention. Even after evidence came to light, people threatened to ruin her career by canceling her. Drake also dissed her, not so subtly in a song titled Circo Loco. In the lyrics, he rapped, "Way I'm dressing, till I've been to 1,000 islands. This beat lie about getting shots, but she's still a stallion. She don't even get the joke, but she's still smiling." It was very easy to determine who Drake was referring to in the song, because there's only one stallion in the rap game. She didn't respond to the diss and continue with her life as normal, but it was probably around this time she started to really focus on the case and get justice. The process of getting justice wasn't an easy one, especially with the battalion of people that were insulting her and asking her if she really wanted to put a black man behind bars. Firstly, bringing race into the conversation shouldn't even be appropriate, because he knew he was a black man before firing a weapon as a felon. To this day, many people have expressed their hate for Meg Thee Stallion because Tory Lanez got locked up, but they seem to forget that the state of California also found him guilty of other crimes. Now moving on to the more important questions. Is Tory Lanez going to be in administrative segregation for the next 10 years? Especially considering how his life in North Kern prison is already being documented. Tory Lanez was actually locked in AdSeg at North Ken because his case is a high-profile case. Due to his celebrity status, he can't just associate with other prisoners, especially now that his sentence is just started. Now, this is not a case of classism or hierarchy in jail. When celebrities are mixed with other inmates, it's easy for them to bribe their way through the prison's social ladder and quickly form a cult following amongst the inmates. With Tory Lanez, a dearly beloved black rapper, it would be easy for him to gain people that are willing to do his bidding. But with time, the rapper would get grounded into the harsh reality he's facing. He's gonna remain at North Kern prison until another jail is found for him, and at his new location, he'll have no other choice to stay amongst other inmates. Although he's separated from other inmates, he's still allowed to make calls. And recently, one of his phone recordings got out. Tory Lanez called a friend on the outside to discuss what his experience in jail has been like.
Hey, yo, umbrellas, man, what's good? I'm talking to you live from prison right now, man. I'm just happy to get out that county jail. They was hating on a young fly, you heard? Having a 24-hour lockdown, half-size cell by myself, no windows, no mirrors. Ain't even seen himself in a whole year, yo, but with all them disadvantages against me.
He talked about how he's being targeted and hated in prison. Some fans believe it's because he's around 5'7". That's why he was getting bullied and scared of prison. But he assured people that he's not moved by the entire situation. Tory Lanez has been in a single, small-sized cell, all alone, as I mentioned earlier in this video. It gets worse hearing from his perspective because there are no windows or doors, which may take a toll on his mental health as time goes by. However, in spite of his dilemma, Tory Lanez appears to be in high spirits. Now that he's behind bars, he's far away from the drama and all the criticism that came with his trial for possessing a firearm.
My head has always been held high, man, and I want y'all to know I'm in great spirits. My drive and my ambition is growing stronger and stronger every day.
For Tory Lanez, all the hate targeted at him has only made him more ambitious and driven to satisfy his fans, who still stand by him. While it has been a matter of concern on if he will release any song, he confirmed that he has songs and music videos just waiting to drop.
In fact, I'm more prepared than ever. The music, the videos, and all the projects you wanted, they all ready to drop. So let's just start with the one that we want most, the Alone at Prom Deluxe.
Tory Lanez announced that one of his most popular albums, Alone at Prom, was getting a deluxe version. His fans reacted positively to the news, flooding the internet with the hashtag #FreeTory. The likelihood of this new album topping charts and hitting insane stream numbers is very high with the amount of love people are showing to the rapper in this period of his life. Tory Lanez still makes some money while in jail because his music catalog is still getting streamed. He currently has 24.4 million monthly listeners on Spotify, which may equate to a significant amount of money. But he doesn't have access to the money, and unless he smuggles some in, there's no way he can spend it. However, he can make money while in jail. If he has any skills, he can work as a laborer for 30 cents per hour. With the money he makes in jail, he can buy treats in jail to supplement the food he's been eating. But if he does have zero skills to offer, then his days for cold bologna sandwiches are far from over. Tory Lanez has been fighting his sentence way before it was finalized. The judge offered him the option of admitting to the accusations laid against him and only spending less than a year in jail. But he stood his ground and insisted that he didn't do anything. He appealed his case recently until he was eventually sentenced to 10 years in prison. Although he's now locked behind bars with 24-hour surveillance, his lawyers are fighting for him to get out early. So in the meantime, Tory Lanez has 10 years to spend in jail unless it's changed by a judge. It very well seems like everything about Tory Lanez's career is far from over. Although 10 years in jail is a lot, the only thing that may save him now is if he has unreleased albums and songs that can keep his career afloat, which he does. His life in jail is definitely going to take a toll on him when he's out, because not only is he getting less than the calories he needs, the rapper is also isolated. But y'all let me know your opinion. Do you think his lawyers will actually succeed in reducing his prison sentence?